Hello scrappers, out here working on this little battery charger that I brought in a few weeks back. Now you look at this one, and then this is one I bought new many years ago, and it still works good except the 200 amp engine start. But it's the exact same model basically. Nice and dirty, nice and dusty. If you remember when I brought this one in, I was plugging it in and it sounded like it was working, because as I went from like 2 amp, you could hear it kind of humming a little bit. I didn't see any DC voltage or amps right here, but I could hear it, you know, a little hum. And then I went to 35 and the hum got louder, and then went to 200 amp and it got even louder. So I said, it sounds like it's working, but I wasn't really getting any output. Well, I got looking, and the red cable, the connector was kind of fried. So I just, and it bolts on to this plate here, and this plate kind of pulls right out of the back of this transformer, but it bolts on right here. So this is hot, and then so this whole plate will be hot, and then it comes on out. So the piece that goes into the back, I got it out, and you can see it's crimped here. I moved it over about 2 inches. So now I'm gonna try to cut about ½ an inch or so off the end of this wire, because it's kind of swelled, and you can see it's corroded. So set this tripod up. Yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot of scrap. I haven't got, well, I got one call. Woman had a safe. Woman I picked a lot of stuff up from in the past, and I said scrapyards don't like safes. This is because they're filled with cement. So, and then another guy called about somebody having some stuff, but he was quite a ways out there. So I'm going to cut about here. That's about ½ inch or so. Yeah, still a lot of corrosion in there. Let's go up a little more. Yeah, it looks pretty clean now. Pretty clean copper. And let's see. Let me get a connector out here. There's the connector I had. I try to kind of, yeah, we got thunderstorms going on. Getting a lot of rain here lately. I got out yesterday and did some, did a bunch of stuff, worked barrels a little bit. I had to find another supplier for my barrels, because I was going through them faster than I was bringing them in. So it looks like set that down. That one there might work. Screw goes through it, and it looks like it might go over the, so I just got to trim this back about ½ inch or so. Yeah, I hope I got it long enough. It's not the easiest thing to pull out of there and open up. Yeah, it looks like still some corrosion there, but yeah, if I got to come back in another year or two from now. Yeah, let me kind of get a guesstimate. Is it going to reach? Yeah, it should be just fine. Okay, that went down over that nicely. Now I need to find a hammer, so I'll be right back. Okay, I got this little crimping tool here. One part's getting this in there. should do it. Yeah, just that little tap knocked it down nice and flat. It's on there. Got a good connection. So now I'll go hook it all back up in the other room and go from there. Oops, sorry about that. Kick the tripod. Okay, I'm trying to get you close enough so you can see what's going on without having you in the way. So I can put that in through there. Let's see. Yeah, that's the way we're at. That pushes in like that. Yeah, that'll reach down there just fine. So just angle you down to look at that plate now. So I'll bring this through there. Now the bolt is a 10 millimeter and the nut is a 7/16. Okay. Now it bolts right back down in there like so, or well, it doesn't bolt, it just slides in. So a little bit of slack in the cable, not too bad. I probably should almost get one another inch, but it was pretty snug anyway. So okay, I'm gonna get all the screws. Let's see, put that side back on. Yeah, let's get you, trying to get you up where you can see. And this tripod needs to be replaced badly. Side plate. I have two long ones through the handle. And what did I do? There it is. There's the nut driver. Now see if I can get this one in. Yeah, there's the two long ones in the handle. And I'm probably better off if I don't tighten everything down right on, just to get it started. Seems to be good on this back side. I'll tighten it down. We have one right here in front of the wheel at the bottom. I hope you can see that. Maybe not. Yeah, come back here. That one's tightened in good. Yeah, I may not get that bottom one in, but that's okay. There it goes. think I took the screws out on the other side also. Took out more screws than I needed to. Yeah, I've been staying busy with a lot of stuff. Didn't rain yesterday, so I got out and tilled up. I don't know how long the road was. Planted some okra. I think this one looks like this. See, yeah, one more screw there. I got this deep cycle battery over here. I'm going to try to let me find out where the screw hole is on this thing. There it is. Yeah, there's some nice thunder. I think I'm going to set this thing right on top of this bar stool over here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, looks like it's going to sit okay. Swing you guys around here. You can see what we got going on. Yeah, come on, get you more centered. Zoom in. Barely make that out, huh? There we go. Make it out really good now. Okay, now I gotta find the power cord. Plug it in. Okay, now we're gonna go for 2 amp. Still don't see the amps going up at all. Okay, we're seeing the percentage gauge going up there now, so we know we're getting a charge. That's at 2 amp, and it's climbing slowly. We'll go 35 amp. Yeah, it's sparking there. It just jumped way up there. 200 engine boost. Boom. Back to 35, back down to 2. Yeah, I'd say this thing's working. I figured it was something simple because I could hear it running. And by looking at that, with having the 2 110s going to that plate, or the 2 hot wires going to that plate that slides in that I had to hook onto, I wonder if one of those could be the 200 amp and the other one is doing the 35 and the 2 amp. So I could have the 200 amp wire off, so I'll have to open that up and take a look at that. But I didn't notice if that gauge was moving when I kicked in the higher amps. But yeah, I think we got it working. So that's the That's our battery charger. I don't know what I paid for that, but I don't think they're too cheap anymore. And with this rain's probably loud. Yeah, this is what I've been kind of working on the last few weeks. Got out here yesterday and tilled that row up. Got my okra planted. And then we got some rain this morning. Good hard rain, so it's watered in good. And some of my tomato plants, I'm getting some blossoms on that one, which when they're smaller I cut the blossoms off, but I think that's getting big enough now I can let it set fruit. So, what do I got? 2, 4, 6, 7 tomato plants. So I'm using these dryer drums for raised beds. And in the stock tank here I planted cucumbers. The plan is to let them climb the cattle panel. Maybe make it easier to pick the cucumbers, don't have them running across the ground. And then these 2 tubs are actually what they call Jerusalem artichokes. I got from 2 different sellers on Amazon, so I'm not sure if they're 2 different varieties. Jerusalem artichokes are also called sunchokes. They're native to North America, and they grow kind of like a sunflower. And then in the fall, you can start digging up the tubers, and you can clean them up, slice them up, and put them in with salads. They're kind of crisp, and kind of like a water chestnut flavor in a way when they're raw. And then you can cook them any way you cook potatoes. And they say that they're good for diabetics because they have what they call inulin, but a lot of the diabetes specialists I've talked to have never heard of them, so I'm not really sure, but I'm going to try it out, eat some this next winter and next fall, next winter, and see if my blood sugar shoots up. And I had a couple tomato plants left, so I had this tub here over kind of by the power pole over there. It was kind of blocking the way where I could go in there and mow, so it was half full of dirt, so I dug a bunch of the dirt out and brought it over and filled it back up and added some compost to it, some manure to it, and planted one of the other tomato plants. So, not a big garden. I used to have this whole area out here planted as a garden. Used to run the rows this direction and had like 2 rows of watermelon, 2 rows of cantaloupe, okra, and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I could have planted the okra a couple weeks ago when I planted these tomatoes and everything. But I just kind of thought I'd put it off till it got a little warmer. Once it gets warmer, they take off a lot better. So they ought to be breaking ground. They say to have your plants about 1.5 feet apart, so I just planted one every 6 inches. So I'll do a little thinning, but for the most part, don't have to get down on my knees or something to weed. So these things, I could probably take out about every other plant out of here too. So it's kind of what I'm doing over here for my garden this year. Okay, here's my barrels for sale. Well, a couple weeks ago I went down and got a load with 17 open tops. I've sold quite a few, and I picked up a new supplier here the other day. I think I went Friday on and picked up 35 barrels, something like that. And it had 6 open tops in it. You can tell the ones with the dirty lids. Ones with the nice clean lids are from Duncan. And then these other dirty lids, because he had some of them upside down on the ground, and yeah, his don't look as nice, but they look good inside. So I think I still have one more in the shop. So I got a pretty good little pile of open tops right for the moment. But I had to pick up a new supplier because I was kind of counting the barrels out there and what I got here, and I thought, man, I don't even have half of what I had when I started, and I've picked up a couple loads since then. So I sold 1 barrel this morning. Then I got 20 on my overload trailer. That way if I run up, sell a bunch of barrels up here, I can bring the trailer up and stock them back up. So staying busy with it. And you can see over there by the shop, I got a bunch of foam balls I made those up yesterday. Got enough chemical to make up about 15 of them. So a bunch of those will end up over here in the dumpster come Friday or Thursday night. Trash guy got here pretty early last Friday. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of that bee chemical from those open tops. So I've still got about 7 right here that I got to use. And then looking there, looks like I got a lot more white ones than I do red ones. So see from at about here over there's a pass load, and then these kind of like a little lighter red on this side. That's what I got from this new guy, and he's only about a little over 10.5 miles away, so pretty close. I got a bunch of white ones from him. So I think it takes 50, even parts of the A and the B to make the foam. So I'm kind of looking at what I got here. So man, I may end up with a lot more the B chemical than I get the A chemical. Of course, one of those red ones was kind of heavy, so I don't know, but I think they were standing up, so it's probably just full of water. So, but I was getting, as you can see, with just part of the, the bottom row, probably the white ones there, and then the 8 of the red ones was about really, and this is all I had. So I was getting low on barrels out here. I do have my overflow trailer right there. So there's 20 on it. So that kept me stocked up pretty good. But I noticed I was getting kind of low, and I thought, man, I don't want to run out. I've been making halfway decent money on these things. So there's another insulation place in Alex, Oklahoma. I want to check with them. But right now I'll see how things go with the 2 suppliers I have, and may need to kick in the other one. I've been staying pretty busy with the barrels, so not hard to do at all. So hope you guys enjoyed this little update video, and kind of glad I got that charger working properly. I need to check those 2 leads going to that one plate coming off the transformer. If one of those leads is down, that could be why I'm not getting a 200 amp engine boost. So I'll have to check into that. But thought I'd give you guys an update what's been going on. I haven't put out a video in probably a week, so it's overdue. So you guys take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.